Independent Senior Sales Director Menina Givens is a two-time member of the Court of Sharing and has made 15 appearances in the unit circles, including 5 times in the $500,000 Circle of Achievement. She is a double-star achiever, and her highest monthly commission check is over $15,000. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Independent Senior Sales Director Menina Givens.
Thank you. Welcome to my hometown of Los Angeles, directors. Leaders teach, they motivate, they care. Leaders make sure that the way to success is always broad enough and straight enough for others to follow. A quote by Mary Kay Ash from her book, The Mary Kay Way. 50 years ago, when Mary Kay was writing out her ideas, philosophies, and principles for her dream company, I believe it was God that divinely downloaded and imparted those ideas and principles to her. He was planting seeds. He was sowing entrepreneurial excellence into divine soil. Seeds. Seeds that would over time be sown deep into all of our hearts for the harvest he knew would come through a company like Mary Kay Cosmetics, where we put God first, family second, and career third. God knew that as we continue to sow those seeds of excellence into others and pass on her timeless principles to countless generations, that those seeds would grow into trees, and those trees would grow into forests. For 50 years, Mary Kay's teachings, philosophies, principles, and values have impacted millions of women all over the world. Women here in America and women who live in countries where they have never seen or heard Mary Kay Ash in person are building businesses based on her beliefs. These women have shared an unending legacy that has enriched not only their lives, but the lives of their families and countless others. When I was 13 years old, my mother became one of those women when she was introduced to the Mary Kay opportunity. She, like Mary Kay, was a single mother with a responsibility to herself and to her children, not only to make ends meet, but she had a dream in her heart to provide for her children so that they would have a life experience that far exceeded hers. As I was growing up, I never remember her telling us that we could not afford to do this or that. When I would ask for things, I only remember her saying to me, "We'll see, I have to go hold some more skincare classes and facials." Then she would always come home with this gold money bag that had the Mary Kay logo on it, and it was always filled with checks and cash. My siblings and I all knew that she was a different kind of mother. She was sowing seeds. When we would complain about schoolwork being hard, she would say things like, "What you think about, you bring about. And if you believe it, you can achieve it." Oh, and if the words "I can't" came out of our mouths at any given time, she would always respond with the same answer. "If you think you can, you can. And if you think you can't, you're right." She was constantly talking to people and meeting potential new customers wherever she went, even while sitting at stoplights. If she got a warm smile from the woman in the car next to us, she would roll down the window, reach over to their car with this long gadget reacher thing that held her business card on the other end and hand it to them through the window as my brother and I cringed down into our seats. She taught us to set goals at an early age and always talked to us as if nothing was impossible. She was sowing seeds. My mother always had a positive outlook on life and applied Mary Kay's principle of the golden rule in every situation, treating others as she wished to be treated. I didn't know then, but I know now that what she was doing was passing on to us the values and principles that she had been given in Mary Kay. What was a way of life for her had in turn become a way of life for us, and the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. I joined Mary Kay in my early 20s, just like many of us did. It just wasn't popular back then with a name like Gen Y. And it was definitely BC, before computers, before cell phones, and before CDs. Nevertheless, Mary Kay's principles were the same then as they are now, and were passed on to us through our directors and our national sales directors. I watched Mary Kay's Thinking Like a Woman video on VHS a million times and listened to cassette tapes of her teachings time and time again. Remember, it was BC. We learned in pacesetter classes and at success meetings what it truly meant to exemplify the go-give spirit. We were taught that enthusiasm moves mountains, our attitude determines our altitude, and how to project the Mary Kay image. There was absolutely no way we would have ever walked into any Mary Kay meeting or event or skincare class in pants or out of uniform. The Mary Kay way was not just something our leaders talked about, they lived it, and it paved the way to their success. I watched my mother at success meetings and events as she praised her team members to success and always treated everyone as if they had that invisible sign around their neck that said, "Make me feel important." She was the epitome of enthusiasm, always introducing herself as that mountain-moving, money-making Marvel Aguabella with Mary Kay. That is what she did and who she was. And just like Mary Kay, she maintained that enthusiasm even when she didn't feel like it, and despite the many adverse circumstances that arose. Even when my mother found out that she was sick with a terminal illness, she was determined to show my sister, Senior Sales Director Martika Jenkins, and I what it looked like to push past reality and realize her dream of earning the use of a career car and becoming an independent sales director. My mother told us that she was sick at seminar in July of 1992, yet she continued with another Mary Kay principle, leading her team by example and setting the pace for others to follow. She could have easily used her illness as an excuse not to finish, and surely people would have understood, but instead she used it as her reason to excel. She continued to sow seeds. And during those next 5 months, she helped a lot of other women get what they wanted, and in turn got what she wanted. Mom earned the use of her career car and then debuted as an independent sales director on November 1st, 1992. She passed away on December 28th, not even 2 months after debuting as a sales director. But she moved that mountain, and she did not quit until she reached the goal she had set. That is a prime example of the legacy that Mary Kay left us, the legacy of excellence at all times. A legacy where you show up regardless of the circumstance because people are watching you. It's not what's taught, it's what's caught. And my mother made sure that we caught it. What she planted in my sister and I was an opportunity and a way of life that is priceless, the Mary Kay way. I'm sure that when Mom joined, she had no idea that both of her daughters would follow in her footsteps and go on to become Mary Kay sales directors. She had no idea that Tika and I would enrich the lives of thousands of women, all because she said yes so many years ago. And she had no idea that we would both soon reach the position of sister national sales directors. Even as we build our own Excel National area this year, the message that I relay to the women in my $1 Million Dream Team unit is something that my dear friend, National Sales Director Katrina Harris Earl always says, that when excellence is possible, good is not enough. I am certain that we as a company will excel in excellence and hit our goal of 3,000 new sales directors for the 50th anniversary. We have so many amazing women who are building units in national areas so quickly, but quick doesn't mean shortcut. These amazing women are still doing it the Mary Kay way because of the strong women who mentored them, paved the way for them, and made it a point to pass it on. Although I did not get to spend a lot of time one-on-one with Mary Kay or know her personally, her timeless principles have made a profound impact on my family, my business, and my life. I've been so blessed to be with my husband, Quentin, since we were 18 years old. The first time I brought him home to meet my mom, she gave him a sample of the men's skincare, and he's been a faithful customer ever since. He has been here on this journey with me every step of the way and has watched me make goals and miss them, but he has never seen me quit. Our sons, Tyler and Dylan, grew up Mary Kay kids. So of course, nothing is impossible in their eyes. Tyler is a freshman at NYU pursuing his dream of becoming a cinematographer. And Dylan, our 15-year-old, has his mind set on becoming a plastic surgeon. Because of Mary Kay, they think big too. Tyler sent an email just before he came home for Christmas with 3 items he wanted as gifts: a hat, a pair of tennis shoes, or the choice to buy his plane ticket to Croatia for a concert he wants to attend this summer. When we were weighing the options for where he would attend college, we had a decision to make between an academic scholarship he received from one of his college choices versus us paying full tuition for him at his first choice, which was NYU, the most expensive school in the country, and the only school that he had on his goal board in his room. After many discussions and days of going back and forth, he wrote out a financial plan for how we could pay for it. And kindly said to me, as only a Mary Kay kid would, "Mom, you said you were going to be a national soon, right? Well, then you can afford it." And that was that. So he's a freshman at NYU. Because of the seeds that were planted years ago, our children's children will be changed forever due to the positive influence of the Mary Kay way that has surrounded them since birth. Mary Kay changes women's lives internally, externally, and eternally. Yes, her teachings are 50 years old, yet they are more relevant today than ever and still resonate with consumers and potential team members of all generations. In a part of her 1993 speech to her national sales directors, Mary Kay Ash said, "People constantly ask where I get my inspiration and motivation. It's from our national sales directors who have attained the epitome of what I hope that all of the independent sales force will become. One of these days, I will pass the torch to you, and it will be your responsibility to take our company to greater heights than ever." Whether you learned of Mary Kay's wisdom firsthand or have had the information passed down to you through your recruiter, mentor, sales director, or national sales director, we have a responsibility to continue passing the torch. In his first public address after his mother's passing, Richard Rogers addressed the leaders in the independent sales force at seminar and said, Mary Kay knew what she had started was larger than her life. Enriching women's lives around the world would not end when her life ended. She knew we would need the leadership of those who believed in her dream, those who would commit to carry on her principles and beliefs. Yes, one woman can. One woman can do amazing things, and that woman is you. Let us hold fast to the incredible foundation that Mary Kay built this company on and continue her legacy by sowing the seeds that made us strong for the first 50 years and will keep us strong for the next 50 years. Thank you.
Menina will receive this beautiful gold lace jewelry set as our thank you for sharing her incredible wisdom and inspiration with us today. Let's hear it again for Senior Sales Director Menina Givens.